반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길.
Choi Myung-ji is in for a huge shock when she looks over a set of documents. Her eyes widen in disbelief as she realizes the document in question is Shin Yeo-jin's will. Shin Yeo-jin had decided to leave everything to Eun-chong and Gu-hana, and she even specified that Gu-hana would have custody of Eun-chong. There was no mention of Richard Han, Shin Yeo-jin's husband, in the will. Despite his immense wealth and influence, it seems that Shin Yeo-jin had excluded him from her inheritance plans. She had come to understand that Eun-chong's favorite person was Gu-hana, and that Gu-hana's character was nothing but genuine and pure. With that understanding, Shin Yeo-jin decided it was best to leave her wealth and her beloved Eun-chong in Gu-hana's care. Meanwhile, Choi Myung-ji, determined to find out whether she had really been excluded, barged into Shin Yeo-jin's hospital room and began taunting her, asking whether she was responsible for Yoo-jin's death. No one had expected her to reveal her guilt so freely. She seemed to want to admit that she had killed Yoo-jin as she laughed ominously, perhaps signaling that she planned to do something drastic. Her intention was clear. She meant to finish what she had started by killing Shin Yeo-jin. Choi Myung-ji was about to remove Shin Yeo-jin's oxygen mask when just in time, Richard Han returned to the room. He quickly realized what had happened and sounded the alarm. Medical staff rushed in and thankfully Shin Yeo-jin was safe and stabilized. Richard Han soon discovered the oxygen mask had been thrown on the floor, leading him to suspect Choi Myung-ji's involvement. He immediately requested the CCTV footage, which confirmed that Choi Myung-ji had entered the room and left hastily, further proving her guilt. From that point on, Richard Han and his assistant secretary Jang ensured that Choi Myung-ji was carefully monitored. Meanwhile, Ji-suk, who had recently learned that Richard Han was Shin Yeo-jin's husband, was racked with shame and disbelief. He couldn't understand how he had been helped by the husband of his enemy. Overwhelmed with regret, he realized that Richard Han had never used him for personal gain. In fact, he respected Richard Han more than anyone else. After some reflection, Ji-suk decided to reach out to Richard Han and confront him, seeking answers about why he, as Shin Yeo-jin's husband, has supported Ji-suk all this time. Despite his respect for Richard Han, Ji-suk also realized that he couldn't return to the same father-son relationship they once shared. As he processed everything, he came to the conclusion that Choi Myung-ji had been the one responsible for tampering with his parents' car brakes, though he didn't yet know the full truth about Yoo-jin. This would lead him to maintain a cautious distance from Richard Han for the time being, keeping his suspicions intact. Meanwhile, Gu-hana finally recalled a memory from her childhood when two girls her age boarded a boat at Songbuk port, but only one of them got off. She had only seen Yoo-jin's back at the time, so she didn't realize that the two girls were actually Yoo-jin and Se-young. Curious to know more, she asked Hwang Jin Goo for old photos of Se-young. As she looked through the photos, she recognized a young Se-young from a memory when she had helped her up after she fell. Gu-hana pieced it all together and realized that Yoo-jin and Se-young had boarded the boat together, but only Se-young had disembarked. At that moment, Gu-hana immediately called Richard Han to inform him of what she had discovered.
'Cause you are beautiful, a beautiful stranger.